Good afternoon, everyone. This is YC. Welcome to my channel, YC Cooks and Bakes. Today, I am going to be making a zucchini casserole to go with our supper. And I thought I would show you how I do my zucchini casserole. Now, a couple years back, I showed you how I did my southern yellow squash casserole, and that was done a lot different and had different ingredients in it. And now I'm going to show you how I do it with the green zucchini. And the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you wash these before you start cutting on them. And then I'm going to dice these. Unlike the yellow squash one that I did all slices, this one's going to be diced into cubes. And I'm going to cut this one to see how much it fills my cups. I want to do I want a 1.5 times my recipe because I want to fill a 9x13 casserole dish. And the original recipe calls for 4 cups, and I want like 6 cups of the diced zucchini. So I'm going to see how many I have to how much just me dicing up one does, and then that'll give me an idea how many more that I need to do. But if you're new here, please comment, like, and subscribe so you can get all my recipes in the description each time I make something. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started. Let's see here. I'll bring you forward so you can see I have a cutting board here, and I'm just going to, I already washed these really good and dried them off with a paper towel. And I'm going to cut the ends off like that. See? And then if there's any marks, you know, or things that you don't care about on it, you can cut those off. Okay. So when you cut it in half like this, it gives a safer surface because it's got a flat side now. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut each one in 3 like that. And then I'll dice them up like that. And we're just going to parboil these cubes for about 3 minutes. You don't want them mushy. You could probably, if you have a microwave, and I don't use one, but if you do, you can put these in there without water. Remember, these types of squash come with their own water, just like their crooked neck yellow squash. Okay, so look at, this is just how much that is, and that was just half of one. I actually got these on sale today at Aldi. They had them wrapped up in a pack, 2 in a pack like this, for 49 cents because they're on a closeout sale. So I decided, oh, I'll just get 3 packs, and I'm going to definitely make a zucchini casserole because we love stuff like this. And I thought it would be a nice change for my family. I hadn't made one in a while. And since I bought or purchased so much zucchini, leave in the comments if you would like to see me make my zucchini bread, or if you already have your own recipe and you want to share that, just let me know in the comments. I would love to see how you do your zucchini bread. Okay, so this was 1. So that's fantastic. So I'm thinking that these 2 here with that are going to be enough. And my other 3 I have in the fridge, I will leave in the fridge for breads and other meals like that. So I'm going to continue to dice up my cleaned zucchini, and I will bring you back. Okay, I'm back. It was, in fact, the 3 large zucchini that I cubed up, and it definitely made the 6 cups of diced zucchini that I wanted. And right now I am shredding an 8-ounce brick of extra sharp cheddar cheese, but you can use whatever kind of cheddar that you like to use for this recipe. And also what you want to do while we're waiting, I parboiled the cubed zucchini for 3 minutes in a big pot of bottled water. And you take it off and put it in a colander right after 3 minutes. You're only parboiling it. And while it's cooling in the colander in the sink, you want to go ahead and butter a 9x13 pan. So you're going to butter your dish. And even if you cut this recipe down a bit and just use 2/3 of it instead of the whole recipe, whatever dish you decide to use, you're going to make sure that it's buttered. Okay. And the 9x13 that I'm doing is going to have 3 eggs in it also. And a 1.5 cups of mayonnaise. And then I'll show you what other, what spices we're going to add to it. And also we have a panko breading for the topping. So I will get this cheese shredded up for you. Okay, I have my clear bowl here, and we're going to go ahead and start getting some of these ingredients together. Like I said, there's 3 eggs in it, so because you have to slightly whip them, you're going to go ahead and, put those in your bowl first. Okay. A little piece of shell in there. And it actually is a very simple recipe. There, that's good. That's all you need to do. And what we can put in next is our mayonnaise. And this is 1.5 cups, like I said. Go ahead and put that in, if it'll let go of the container. And it can be any kind you like, you know that. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and whip our eggs with this mayonnaise. You can see it in there. Okay, and at this stage you can put in some of your spices, and we're going to use some black pepper. You use quite a bit. You can use like up to a teaspoon and a half in this particular recipe. And we're going to use 1.5 teaspoons of garlic powder. You can't see it going in there, but I can. I'll let you see. See all that black pepper? Okay. And oh, this is a new garlic, so I have to take the seal off. Alrighty. So we're going to use, I'm already spilling it in it. It's okay. Good thing we like garlic, huh? Okay, there's one. And there's a half. And we'll blend that into our eggs and mayonnaise. Okay, now go ahead and take this out. And we are going to fold in our cheese. Let's see here. You're going to use about 1.5 cups of the cheddar cheese, shredded cheddar that I just shred my own. You can buy it already shredded if you want. And an 8-ounce brick is all you're going to need. Like, you don't have to go buying several or anything. You see, I have mine heaping. That was 1.5 cups right there. And you see, there's still a lot left in here that can be used on something else, or you know, my husband can use on grits or something like that. So you go ahead and fold this in, because once you have that cheddar flavor, adding more just adds, you know, more calories, and cheddar's cheddar, you know. It's just kind of overkill after that. You want just enough to have a beautiful flavor of cheddar throughout. Okay. It's looking great. Now at this time I am going to get my drained 6 cups of cubed zucchini that are parboiled, and I'll be right back with it. Okay, here it is, and I'm going to pour it in at this time. There we go. You can see it's still a little hot. Now, just so you know, you can actually do this part ahead of time and freeze it in a single layer on parchment, and once it's frozen, put it into a baggie and then leave it in the freezer, and you'll always have parboiled zucchini for this type of casserole. If you just grew a whole bunch of zucchini, or you got a really good deal on zucchini like I did, and you want to put some in a casserole, but you also have so much you want to put some in a casserole at a later date, another time, or maybe take out at Easter or somewhere down the road, you can parboil it just like this, but you have to layer it on like a cookie sheet with parchment individually, so that they don't freeze together in clumps. And once they're frozen, just like you would like blueberries or anything like that, then you put them in a baggie and store them in the freezer. Okay, and I'm going to use my wooden spoon now. I like a wooden spoon as opposed to a metal one. And I am going to fold that in to my egg and cheese mixture with my spices. Okay, it looks really good. I'm going to go over my recipe real quick to make sure I did everything right so far. It's been a long time since I made this one. I usually make the yellow squash one that if you go and check out my channel, you'll see it has many different ingredients like carrots and soup and even stuffing mix. So it's quite different from this one. So I'll be right back after I check on everything. Okay, everything is looking good, and what I'm doing right now is melting about 1.5 tablespoons of butter to put into 1/2 cup of panko breadcrumbs for my topping. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything that we put in this bowl and pour it into my buttered casserole dish. That's good. Okay. So you just want to make sure that the zucchini is spread out pretty even, you know. And I did the perfect amount. 3 large zucchini spread out across a 9 by 13, just perfectly, in case you're wondering. Okay. And I'll go see if that butter is melted so that we can put it with a 1/2 cup of the Panko Crumbs. Okay, just so you know, I am preheating my oven to 350 degrees because this casserole bakes for between 35 and 40 minutes at 350. So my butter is melted in my pan. So I'm going to go ahead and add my Panko Crumbs and stir that. This is a new one, so. Like that. And if you feel you have to add more or less, just do accordingly, you know. Or if you like the Italian crumbs better, I'm sure that would work. So I'll go ahead and stir this in. Let's see. I just figured, why dirty another bowl when I can just stir it right into the pan I just used, right? Where I melted the butter. Now my dinner idea for this evening to go with this zucchini and cheddar casserole like this is just some simple loop sausage, and this zucchini that was on sale would make this an economical meal. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll put this in the oven and put some loop sausage right in next to it, and that's supper. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle this across my casserole dish now. Just get it as, you know, as even as you can. So there's a little bit of a topping on it. And you can put parsley or whatever, you know, you got whatever you like. You can make it, dress it up how you like, you know. It looks already pretty with the green zucchini peeking through, though, I will say. There we go. And I'll just use my fingers to get the rest. You know, little stubborn pieces. I don't want to sit here scraping my pan. Okay. Well, that looks fantastic. Okay. And I am going to bring you forward so that you see it before this goes into the oven. So that's what it looks like. Zucchini casserole. Okay, and as soon as that oven preheats, I'm going to pop it in there for about 35 minutes. Okay, just a thought while it's on my mind is, if you noticed, I put garlic and black pepper in there, but I didn't put salt. My butter was salted, and then there's a lot of salt in the cheese also. So you just want to see after if you know you need to add salt after or not. But I know that we're having our meal with loop sausage, and sausage has a lot of salt. So, you know, you don't want to overdo it on the sodium intake. But the other thing too was I may have done a zucchini bread recipe before. I will check, and if so, I will leave the link to it in my description. I just have to see if I did. I can't remember. I make so many things like that, so I will check on that for you. And when this is all cooked, I will bring you back. Hi everyone, it's supper time and everything is cooked. It looks beautiful. The zucchini casserole came out wonderful, and so did our sausage that we're going to be putting with it. This is what the sausage looks like, and I will show you what the zucchini casserole looks like. There you go, see? It looks fantastic. It's beautiful. So we're going to have a casserole and the sausage tonight. Hope you can come back and cook with me. Bye.